Hello there, Taurus. I'm Michele B. And I'm going to do a little relationship reading. It's about whether you should carry on with a relationship or whether you should part ways with someone. Usually, I think usually when someone gets to the point where they're wondering whether or not they should break up, they should, they probably like already know what the answer is. But sometimes we need a little outside perspective on what we should do and reinforcement of what we should do. If you resonated with the title of the video, there's probably something in it for you. But real quick, I'm just going to get a an introductory card to find out what the state of the relationship is at this point. And that's a 3 of Wands, the state of the relationship at this point. So that you know whether or not I'm speaking about your situation. So with the 3 of Wands being here, it's a situation where there's this waiting. I feel like you're like, do they like me or not? I don't know if they even are that crazy about me, because sometimes I hear from them and sometimes I'm just like ghosted for periods of time. What the heck is going on with them, right? Just a little bit more clarification. I can't, I'm not going to really read this person's mind right now. I'm looking at your situation, because really that's what matters in the long run. How you feel, how it's working for you, what your experience is. If what you are experiencing is just like kind of hanging out, waiting to hear from them, then that's not good. And that's reason enough not to stay in a relationship. So a little bit of clarification. We got the Page of Wands. I feel like this person is like, they act like they're really happy when they're with you, but then there's periods where you don't hear anything from them at all. I'm also getting that when you're texting, it's just like they're like single syllable responses. Yes, no, okay. It's just like, what are we, like 14? And so you're like, what the heck? So now I'm going to look at, if you stay in the relationship, what you have to prospects. That's it. What you have to look forward to if you're staying in the connection for a while at least, and then what to expect if for you, the situation for you, if you stay, or sorry, if you go. Blah. Sorry. Thank you for your patience with me, Taurus. If you leave the connection, all right? If you stay, we got that Page of Cups. I feel like it's just more the same. I feel like they're a player. If you leave it, you're going to be wondering for a while whether, like, why is it that these guys are such flakes? I feel like what you're hoping, if you stay, you're hoping that you'll prove to yourself that you don't just attract flakes, that you don't attract just like, FECK boys, that you're, but I feel like this person has like, Taurus, I feel like this person's just like, what attracted you to them is that they're like lovers, like Don Juan, or, Casanova kind of energy. Like they come on really strong and really romantically. And then, but you're like, who else are they doing this with? Because then they disappear. So that, I don't feel like that feeling is going to go away when you stay in it longer. It's still going to be there. Like, I don't feel like they're ready to change that yet. They will on their own, maybe, probably, eventually, but it's not because you did anything. It has to be something inside them that changes the way that they behave toward their partners or toward the people that they're connecting with. But I don't feel like there's something you can do to change that. Anyway, so if you go, for a while, you're going to be like, all right, so I only attract these like flakes. And like, there was my chance to prove to myself, you're going to say to yourself, there was my chance to prove to myself that they aren't just flakes. So I have some advice in my head already about this situation. Like, I just don't see you happy either way. And this is something that's internal though. So I have some advice, but I do want to see what the cards have to say first about how to perceive things going forward. Yeah, so The Hierophant is it's a very healing spiritual connection. And so you have to look at things from a bigger perspective in order to be happy either way. Whether you stay in the connection, keep accepting their affections when they do show up, or whether you're going to be like, no, I'm going to find something better. But there's something, I feel like it's trying to say there's something inside you and your connection with relationships, Taurus, that where you believe that you need somebody to prove that they're not flakes. I don't know what kind of programming you got in your childhood, what your relationship with, what your relationships were like say relationship with your father, relationship with your mother, what you saw happen. If you saw that, you saw that your significant paternal person that you're thinking of when I say that, if you saw that they were constantly flaked out on, that they weren't taken seriously, then that might have, programmed you to believe that that's just that people are, that there's just like the flakes that just run around and, are in love with everybody. And then there's the ones and then there's the opposite is the people that are sitting around waiting for the call, and they're like the desperate ones, and you are, because you learn from whoever, you are the desperate one, and you're waiting for someone to prove that they're not the flakes, that you're worthy. You're waiting for someone to prove that you are worthy of commitment and consistent behavior. So instead of waiting for someone else to prove, my point is, instead of waiting for someone else to prove to you that you are worthy of a sustainable, committed relationship, of consistent behavior, you have to do that internally. Don't wait for other people to do that for you. So you can start by clearing the slate and giving yourself some space. Say, I'm not attracting those kind of that kind of behavior anymore, and then I would work on affirmations, and I would work on prayer and asking for spiritual guidance. That's what the spiritual card is all about, is asking for guidance from someone beyond yourself. Ask for guidance from the universe, from their angels, from your higher self, or from God. Whoever it is that you connect with spiritually, ask for that kind of guidance and say, I would say it in a positive way, not I'm sick of these people. Say, I want proof that there are consistent partners out there for me. I want proof of that. I want to be proven it over and over and over again until it's stuck in my head, until I accept it, until that's all I accept. Because right now what you're accepting is the flakes. And you're not seeing the consistent people. You're not seeing the people that can commit. Okay. So Taurus, this is where I leave off. And I love you, and I'm wishing you all the best. And you take care.